Today we're going to talk about the Equinox 800 and how it behaves with different coils, all three coils, on gold nuggets and trash on top of some highly mineralized dirt out here in Arizona. I'm going to do it in gold 1, gold 2, and then we're going to try a couple other settings to give you an idea of what happens if you try to get away from the gold settings and hunt out here. And I know some of you guys that are really good with these machines have tried experimenting a little bit more, but for today and this little show I'm going to do here with the different targets, we're going to stay pretty much in the stock settings except for on the sensitivity, which I have around 20 here, and the threshold on my machine is turned up so we can hear it. And why do I do that? Well, I can hear deeper with a threshold. And sometimes even if the machine is not actually giving me a solid target, I can still hear that there's something there with the threshold being disturbed, and I'll investigate further. I hunt with a threshold most of the time unless I'm using a machine that doesn't have one. And right now what I have here is we got the targets spread out right on top of the ground right now. We have a 10.9 gram real rough nugget there. That's one's been treated. It was a specimen I got, and treated it with hydrofluoric acid to take the rock off. We have a 3.8 gram crystalline piece of gold here, a 0.8 gram slug, and we got a 0.5 gram slightly crystalline rough little piece. And here we have a 0.2 gram and a 0.4. Okay, and for the trash targets, we're going to use a good little bit of bent wire, a nail, a bullet casing, a good old pop top off of a bottle cap, a chunk of lead, a big chunk of lead, and pull tab. Okay, and that's going to give you some idea what this machine will do. And this ground is highly mineralized. You can look at it, and if you know anything at all about Arizona, you know our ground here is high in iron and copper and all kinds of different minerals and salts. Tammy's off hunting with the gold monster somewhere in the wash over there. Hopefully she'll get a nugget, and I'm going to put her around with this, and I'm going to get set up with the machine here. Yeah, she's over there somewhere. Yeah, there she is. You can see her through the tree. I'm going to get set up with the machine here, and we're going to start out with the 15-inch coil, and then I'll shut down and we'll put on the 11-inch coil and then the 6-inch coil. And I'm going to give you the numbers that it's showing. And my advice to you, my friends, when you're hunting out in the desert for gold nuggets, is no matter what the machine's telling you, dig all targets. I dig it all. All the machine's doing is giving you its best guess. And it does guess pretty well. But you're going to find out some of these targets are in a surprising range. And hot rocks out here show up somewhere, generally between 13 and 15. And they give a little mushier sound. They don't sound quite as good as a good target. But like I said, this is for people that have requested this video, that I do this on the surface type testing. I might even bury a couple here and show you what that sounds like too. But for right now, we're just going to show you what the different coils sound like on the Equinox 800 over different targets. And here we go. Let me get set up. Okay, and away we go. The machine's on and set up. First thing I always do, people are telling me they don't have to noise cancel on this machine and they just go right to hunting. I don't necessarily agree with that, and I think a noise cancel should be done before every hunt in every new area. So anyway, we're going to noise cancel. Okay, and I've got the ground balance in auto, and you can hear my threshold, and we're going to hunt. Okay, I'm going to start out over the gold here. Hey Bruno, get out of my test patch, boy. All right, now you can hear cactus. Sorry, boy, get it out of there. You can hear my threshold's a little bit chattery. We're in gold 1 right now. And that's just because I got the sensitivity up. all the way up to 20. I can smooth that out by getting down to 17 or so. But I'm trying to take advantage of every little bit of depth I can get here. And we'll see if there's a difference starting off. We're going to go ahead and knock this down to nice and smooth right there at 18. All right. Here we go. Here's your 10.7 or 10.9, I'm sorry, gram gold nugget. Okay. Solid 12. Jumps around to 11 if I get off to the edge, but when I'm over it, pretty much a solid 12, jumps around a little bit. Okay, here is a 0.4 gram nugget. Six, 7, 9, 8. And a lot of the reason for this jumping around is simply because there's so much trash and iron in this ground as well. And we are balanced. And we're not over other trash. I checked this spot first. Okay, so here we go. 0.2. Okay, 0.5. This is a rough one. 0.8, or I'm sorry, 3.8 gram. Solid 13. And here's the 10.9 again. Okay, now we got a 0.8 solid little slug. Still around to 12, 11, 12. Okay, back over here to the 5, 0.5, half gram. And it's a rough nugget. Okay, so there's no real solid number there that would say, well, this is gold, definitely. Different size nuggets. That's what. All right, now we're going to the trash. Sorry about the jumping camera. I know that's hard to watch. I'll try to get it go slow here. All right, we're over the iron. And I'm hunting in stock settings, okay? So we're in multi-frequency, and it's in stock settings, so it is in discrimination. And I leave it there for this test, and a lot of times I shut off any kind of discrimination when I'm hunting for gold. I just think it's better to dig all targets. Okay, so the wire, I'm not hearing it all. Okay, we'll go to the nail, nothing. Okay, now we got a shell casing. 13, 14, 13, 14. You'd think it's gold. Bottle cap. Other than it jumping all over the place, which is usually an indicator for a bottle cap, it's a target a fella would have to dig. All right, and here's a small chunk of lead. 10, 11, 12. Bigger chunk of lead. That's a big piece of lead right there. All right, so that would be about a 3-ounce nugget if it was gold. Up in that higher range. Okay, dig all targets, my friend. Okay, and here's our pull tab. And there you have it. And the results are going to be same pretty much with the next 2 coils I put on. And I'm going to go ahead and do that for you real quick. And I'll try to edit all the shaky camera work out of this video, but I get pretty rough on my camera work sometimes when I'm trying to do the one-handed shuffle here. And we're going to use the same target, so I'm going to switch coils. I'll be right back. Alrighty, here we go with the 11-inch coil. Okay, 10.9 grams. We're showing 11-12, bouncing around a little bit. Remember, this ground's very mineralized. Okay, here's our 3.8. I hear it, several inches deep. I'm not doing much of a depth test here. I'll save that for another time. I'm just giving you an idea what you're listening for. This is a 0.8 gram. Okay, over here to 0.05. 3 and 4. 0.2. That's a small nugget, folks. 0.2 of a gram. 0.2. And this is a 0.04 or 0.4, I'm sorry, but this nugget is real rough. I get a really good hit on it from one direction, but when I'm going over it with this hot rock next to it, it's kind of jumping around a little. Okay, that's what the nuggets sound like. 10.9. Okay, and back to the depth comparisons. I don't do them because the depth here that I'm going to achieve with this machine won't even be the same as in a lot of places you're going to hunt. And you give you some idea, but solid 13 there. Okay, now we're to the trash again. We're still in discriminate in the stock settings. Nothing on the wire. Nothing on the nail. Same numbers. Literally no difference between the shell casing and the bottle cap. Okay, here's our pearl tab. 1213. Big chunk of lead, which could also be a big gold nugget. All right, and a small chunk of lead, about 4 grams. Real similar to the 3.8. Except the 3.8 gram nugget is a little bit higher. All right. Nothing on the nail and nothing on the wire. Now I'm going to put a nugget next to the nail and the wire here, and we'll see what that does real quick. We'll be right back. Okay, I'm back with the 0.8 gram nugget right next to a piece of metal here. That wound up piece of wire, and watch. Gone. Little chirp. I get a little chirp from it if I get close enough, but it'll still hear it right next to that piece of wire. It's gone with any from this direction. If I come over here, gone. A little bit of signal there. Get this one out of the way. Right next to that. And it's still coming up right around 11 and 12. Okay. In all metal, well, I think you'd probably hear it a lot better.